Hello friends. I didn't know I was starting in the right place, so I popped on and popped back off. So bear with me. I'm going to plug in my phone and we will get started. Oh, I hope I didn't set that in ink. That would make me very sad. So bear with me just a moment. I had to go get more coffee, so I've been sleeping in and it's been very nice because that's very unusual for me. So I know it's a Sunday, people have things going on, church and other events you might be attending, but I have a super cool fun fold for you today, inspired by Emily Moore Designs, and I'm super excited. I will eventually incorporate some of her products into my projects. I'll give you a sneak peek of something I bought from her. It's a die, and I'm super excited to use it in the future. But currently I am Mary Jo Snyder. I'm always Mary Jo Snyder, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, currently here in the United States in upstate New York in the Finger Lakes region. And I'm so excited for you to join me today for this awesome fun fold. I was kind of making a prototype before we got started to kind of get an idea of the lay of the land as I've been focusing a lot on this upcoming retreat that we're having on the 21st for demonstrators. Super bummed out that I was prepping this stuff at an event I went to yesterday, a No Frills event, with a creative memories consultant, Mary Park, who I worked with at Camp El Simona School District, as well as she is the first person I ever did a scrapbooking event with. I attended as a guest, and I was hooked to the whole concept of memory keeping through creative memories and her being my consultant. So I'm getting back into enjoying some of their product, as well as going to those events because they're always like kind of no frills. It's fun to just gather and work on your own stuff and create with friends around and get to meet new people. So every part of the paper crafting industry, even outside of Stampin' Up!, as well as Stampin' Up!, we tend to meet a lot of great people who love the hobby of paper crafting in every forms of it. So I'm super excited, but they were a little bummed that my event was for demonstrators because they thought, oh, I knew they were thinking, oh, I really want to come, and then I was feeling really bummed. So unfortunately, there is that. So hello, Maggie. It seems like it's been forever since I've been online, but we are going to make a fun fold today that has a cute little gift card element. Hello, Lynn. I got to get hooked up to my iPad, but I'm going to close my door behind me so that we can get started. Okay. I had to go get some pumpkin spice coffee that I bought. I have all this cute stuff behind me that I'm going to be utilizing in a display that I have the opportunity to participate in, a display for the Connect and Create group, which is Jody Breckbill and Connie. I can never, it's her last name is it, I don't know how to say her last name, so I'm sorry. And Catherine Carroll. So the three of them team up and they have an event in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. So I'll be attending that, and they asked me to be a guest designer. So I will have an inspiration station filled with so much stuff from the More Than Autumn bundle. And I have all kinds of stuff back there to start doing treat boxes and all that stuff. But top priority right now is my own retreat. So I'm almost finished with the class prep for that. Then I have to do a pillow gift and we'll be good to go. But this is my choice of coffee this morning. Whoops. It is Dunkin' Pumpkin Spice, which I found at Walmart. Super excited about that. And you can check out my shirt. Hopefully you can see that okay. It is all about flannels, pumpkins, leaves, hay rides, bonfires, s'mores, sweaters, and of course, pumpkin spice lovers of all kinds would love this sweatshirt. And this shirt was created by Tanessa from Just Crafting Around. She does customized stuff. She is actually helping Debbie and I with our customized order for our retreat bags for our upcoming retreat on the 21st. And I'm really excited. I'm excited to bring her business, supporting local businesses and sharing the love of the products that she makes for me, because I love the quality of her stuff. She's made several things for me. She does tumblers, but I will link. I always say I'm going to do this when I make a note. I'm going to link to her Facebook group. So if you're ever interested in custom orders, she does ship as well as do stuff for locals, and you can pick up at her home. So there is that. So let's get started. We are focusing on stuff from the annual catalog because I don't want to give any sneak peeks to anything that I've done from the new mini. So a lot of the stuff from, I have a little wonky loop-de-doo on my head. Either way, doesn't matter, right? We're not here for that. So I am focusing on the Wildly Flowering 12 by 12 designer series paper that I love. Has a lot of, has a lot of the colors that are, I just love it. Fall colors. There's a lot of pretty bold, beautiful, deep, rich colors in this palette, and it's very country themed as well. So it's very, very beautiful. As well as the Poised Peonies, it's buried, stamp set, Poised Peony Stamp Set, which it is a current stamp set, and I think it pairs with this. It might actually be part of a suite, as well as the deckled rectangles. If I use retired product, I apologize if you can't get your hands on it, but that is, I'm going to be using my stash from this point on, because I truly have a lot of stuff that I absolutely love and want to use. And unfortunately, as a business demo, I'm not usually able to use that stuff because I'm trying to promote sales. You know what? You can find something that will complement this paper or this product or whatever, and you would be able to do as you choose to recreate. The concept is the fun fold, and that's what I love. And you can create using any product that you have, even if it's not Stampin' Up. So keep that in mind. There's no stressors here on my channel or which this will go to my YouTube channel later today. But there's no stressors here anymore. This is just about having fun and me sharing stuff that I love, that I've learned from others, or who I find inspiration from, or even my own designs. So let me grab my iPad real quick. It is going to have some volume on it, so I have to kind of, oh, it's got Siri going on, and I don't want Siri. Siri, home. That's not what I said. Okay, sorry. She just pops up from nowhere sometimes. Emily Moore Designs does have a YouTube channel. She has 1.17 K subscribers. She actually creates her own dies and a lot of fun stuff. So she has her own company, and it's really exciting, and she is very inspiring, and I love her product. And I'm really looking forward to be able to utilizing some of it in upcoming videos. So just put that out there. She has videos for projects that she's made and stuff like that. So this is inspired completely by her, just using Stampin' Up product. So with that, let me get to Facebook, and I got my phone plugged in. Probably should plug it into the outlet. So we'll do that. Oh, another person has reached a milestone. I love seeing all those fun things here on Facebook when people celebrate their team. Super awesome. Let's find myself. Yep, Mary was liking my photo I took of prepping kits yesterday at her event. And I'm excited. So it actually will possibly bring opportunity for me to inspire others at her events in order to offer fun stuff for them. So I don't know, maybe we'll see where we go with this. I'm trying to see comments. So all right, we have Heather. Hey Heather, and Julie. Okay, thanks Julie. Enjoy your afternoon or your day. Glad you'll hop on and watch later. And I am just going to get started. I'm going to point you down. I'm going to make sure I plug in my my plug to my outlet that's charging my phone, so I don't lose you guys today while I'm doing this with you. But I think I got a good charge at my phone. Haven't really used it a lot. Trying to decompress all the social media. Hey Terry, I I love being connected. I love this. I love being connected to others through social media, but I find that I'm constantly scrolling and then I get caught up watching reels. And I have to tell you that unplugging for an entire holiday weekend, even though I can't tell you how many times I reached for my phone subconsciously, and I don't know why. Like, what is on there that is so important for me to not focus on what I'm doing, the people in the room, the people I'm spending time with? It has really taken a lot of time out of my own personal life. And I don't want, I've been using this phrase, hi, Diane. I use this phrase now, I don't want my life to scroll by. So people can reach me through Messenger, and they can reach me texting or calling. But when it comes to being involved in all the stuff outside of my business and my group and stuff that I have going on with retreats and being connected that way, I am actually kind of disengaging, not for any reason other than my own self-care and being conscious of the time that I am given and blessed with, and that is not what I'm supposed to be doing, scrolling on my phone. So, although I love having you all here, so it's kind of like, you know, you got to find balance, because balance is very important. So, with that, let's get turned down here, and I got some things going on with my little setup here. I think I kind of may have messed up some things, so I might have to figure out how to do this without, there might be a few adjustments. I think that, there we go, there's one, and I don't want the arm of this in the way, so I have to turn this. You're actually looking at my ceiling at the present moment, but I'll get you all, that's probably better that way, so that I can get you adjusted without my hand over the lens, see what I'm doing, and then we will flip the camera so you can see, hopefully, what I have going down on the table. Yep, my arm is totally in the way. Let's scooch over here. We'll move our plate to avoid any dizziness, get rid of the cord, and I think we're good to go, hopefully. I have a lot of stuff around me, so my apologies if it is in the screen and in view, but I want you to be able to see what I'm doing here. And so I have a lot of, you know, obviously I'm prepping, and I got inks laid out of what I need for my class and all that stuff. So there you go. Here we are. Thank you for being here and joining me. Feel free to share the video. And Heather, I hope I get to see you again in the future. I am so excited. I understand that Debbie Swords and Lynette Swartout were at an event with you at a retreat for, is it Sarah, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they met you there. They because I think you were at that retreat as well, so it made me smile to know that they met you and connected with you there. And I can't remember, what was that, in July? Somewhere out west, maybe. And maybe I have the wrong person, but I think it's you, because I think I saw you share pictures. All right, so I'm going to share this paper, Wildly Flooring 12x12 Designer Series paper, Crumb Cake, Early Espresso, Misty Moonlight, Moody Mauve, Mossy Meadow, and Wild Wheat. I pulled a color because I think boho blue really complements this as well, because of the varying shades of the blues and different colors within. So I actually need to share this, actually, now that I just thought about that. I'm telling y'all to share, and I need to share. So let's see if I can do that real quick. Oh, they don't make it easy anymore. Let's go back here. Let's share to my group. Maybe we'll get some more viewers popping on. All right, so we shared there. All right, now we're good to go. This used to automatically feed into my group as well, but unfortunately it doesn't do that anymore, because Facebook is continuously changing settings to accommodate their needs. And sometimes it doesn't always coincide with what we had previously, our setup usually is, or whatnot. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I incorporated boho blue because I think the blues in this paper, they're kind of variations of blues, and I think it complements the Misty Moonlight in here. And I've also got Moody Mauve that I'm using as an ink color. So I can't show you my photo type because I didn't finish it, but we're gonna finish. I need that piece of paper. So again, this 12 by 12 paper is number 163323, and it's from the annual catalog. I am using boho blue and crumb cake cardstock. This is beautiful paper. I love everything about it. It's got that country vibe, kind of some watercolor look, but yeah, almost like a it's almost like a woven burlappy look in the background. I absolutely love it. So it's like textured. It gives you that, you know, look of texture, but you can totally see that I think this color looks great with the Moody Mauve, I'm sorry, excuse me, the Misty Moonlight that is in the color palette of this. And of course the Moody Mauve coordinates with the paper. So those are the two colors I've chosen. This is a backside, kind of a more muted kind of background with and I think those are peonies right here. Very pretty paper. So then we have this sheet. Actually, I'm not sure what it is. So I'm not a professional. I'm not sure if you were talking to me. I don't think I was at the event you were talking about. Oh, okay. Must have been a different Heather. But I had seen you post pictures of a retreat you were at somewhere out west or south of us. Maybe southwest. And I can't remember what event you were at, but I was really excited to see your photos and was really hoping that it was you that they got to meet, because you're so inspiring, and I appreciate you so much, and everyone else that follows me and is here. Again, it looks more of like a burlap, or almost like, what are those bags? I can't think of the bags. Maybe it is burlap, but I love it. I love the different textured look of the paper. I'm hoping dogs don't attack me. I really need to get this project shared with you. This is the piece of paper that I've chosen. I already have that at least cut, but a full sheet will make 2 bases, and then you'll have a strip left. Hey, Cheryl, you'll have a strip left that is 1 inch that you can use for one of the cards as a belly band, but then you'll need an additional belly band for the other card. Arizona demo event. Oh, by Natalie White. Got you. That's all I've been at lately. I don't know if it was Arizona. It might have been, but I'll touch base with you and let you know. I think that's great. I would love to venture out and go to events that other demonstrators have. I know that I've talked about not being a demonstrator, but I'm toying with the idea of staying on and just taking a sabbatical per se, and just reaching my minimum so that I can stay active, because I haven't quite decided if I want to give up the fact of being, one, I need the discount. I want to see what this new scrapbook line is all about. But I also want the flexibility of creating with other products without crossing the line with policy. I don't get endorsed. I don't get any kickback from anyone. I'm strictly a demonstrator with Stampin' Up. So I may not want to miss out on March's on stage. I have a lot of achievements, and I'm really close to getting my other achievement. So we'll see what happens. And hopefully I'll be able to see you there. But I love these. I just love the florals and the country vibe of, those were peonies. These are peonies. So you saw the back and front of that. And of course, wild wheat. I'm still in love with that color. I know a lot of people don't really care for it because it kind of reminds you of other things. But I love how much it coordinates with so many other things, so many other colors, especially if you love fall. I love fall. It's my favorite season, as you could tell from my shirt. And this is another great layout that you could utilize this same concept. Any of these papers would be great for what I'm sharing with you today. So I think I showed that piece, and I showed that piece. So those are the designer series papers in that paper pack. This is the stamp set I'm using, 163529. I'm using the deckled rectangles and they are 159173. I want to say that these are in the catalog, carryover or something like that. So yes, I agree. The next time I am at on stage or wherever, I'm going to make sure that I take time for all the people that I can possibly make time for. It's so nice to see people, but yeah, definitely need to connect and and have more time than just a walk through the airport. You are so right about that. I'll have to get back to you on that. I'm not sure if it was either of those events, but so these are the products we're using. I have the stamp set aside. Now we're going to pull in the paper we need, and hopefully I'll remember measurements. I've done some pre-cutting. I've done some selecting of stuff from our ephemera. So we're not going to stamp all sentiments. I'm going to incorporate some simple things with ephemera, and maybe they don't necessarily coordinate with everything here, but you've got pops of color that really complement each other. So this is what we're going to do. I've got the two largest deckled, or the largest deckled rectangle for these two pieces in boho blue and crumb cake, and then I have the second to the largest in basic white. So we have those. All of these colors coordinate with the palette on the designer series paper. So we're going to set these elements aside, because the first thing I want to share with you is how to, and of course when you are using designer series paper as a card base, you definitely want to, oops, you don't want to use that upside down. You want to make sure that you are scoring lightly. The first one I did may have had a little bit of an issue with potentially cracking the sides of the paper. So another way to do that, and let me see, so this, let me tell you the size of this. So this is 12 by 5.5. So you could get two pieces of that from your designer series paper, and then you're left with this strip, which I've already cut down. It's going to be 12 inches by 1 inch. That's what's left after you cut two pieces. But I've also going to be using it as a belly band, so it's cut off to 9 inches, and then I'll share how to create without doing score lines for that. Emily Moore had amazing tips in using your scoring tool in order to help with your folds, a straight edge as a belly band, without, you know, how we love to just kind of fold it over and crease it with our fingers. Well, she gave an amazing tip in her video, and I'm going to share that with all of you. So 12 by 5.5 is where we start. And now on each side, we're going to score in, and of course, gently, we're going to score at 1 3/4 and 3 7/8. I'm going to flip that around and do that again. 1 3/4 and 3 7/8. Okay, so we have that. But what I also want to do is come in gently and rescore those on the reverse, so that I am hopefully not going to cause any issues folding them either way, as well as taking it easy on the fibers of the paper. Maybe they're less likely to split, because designer series paper is a little bit thinner than your normal cardstock. So we kind of take a risk when we are using designer series paper as our card base. So now with that, I have done those score lines. I'm going to fold this in. I'm going to grab my bone folder. I'm so excited I have pumpkin spice coffee. So I'm folding that part in and this part back out. Now, what I loved about this design is that you are showcasing both parts of the designer series paper, because this is shorter and it gives you that trim right there of the reverse side of your designer series paper. Hi, Sharon. And so we're going to do the same to the other side. We're going to fold that in, varnish that. And I think doing the reverse, whoops, it's kind of crooked. Let's do that again, because it needs to be even. There we go. And in doing the score on reverse and on the side you're going to be folding, I think it helped to kind of not cause any issues with the tearing of the paper. You just have to have a light hand when you're doing that scoring with DSP. And for those that don't know, that's the abbreviation for designer series paper. Anyone new here, please let us know. Say hello. I have a great group of people here that love to craft, fellow demonstrators and friends alike. And they are very welcoming and loving and just wonderful people. So I encourage you to say hello. Tell us where you're from. Feel free to invite and share your friends to my Facebook page or my group, wherever you're seeing this video. My goal is to inspire others and teach you how to create things, whether you are doing this as a business or doing this just because you love the art of paper crafting. What you choose to use this product is entirely up to you. I do currently still have the opportunity for people to order from me online. I do not have a specific website, but you can find me on Stampin' Up! If you search for a demonstrator and look for Mary Jo Snyder. And you could search my zip code 14873 and it will help you hopefully find me. I think you have to search me by name, as I was paying for my website and not utilizing it as I should. And I know I'm getting into the all too much information probably, but it's a way for you to find me and purchase from me if you would like to. I also have a host code at the top of my Facebook group and page that you can use if your order is under $150. I encourage you to use that. If it's more than $150, then you can just ignore the host code. Just pick me as your demonstrator. If you want me to get credit for the sales, fine. If you have a demonstrator of your own, please order from them. Just please recreate this product and tag me in it. Hey, Celine, tag me in it because I want to see what you are creating. If you are inspired by this Emily Moore design that I am creating or replicating. So casing for that matter. So this is your fun fold. Okay. Again, the paper started at 12 by 5.5. And each side was scored at 1 3/4 and 3 7/8 for you to get this effect of that paper, okay? So we're gonna set that aside for now. I'm gonna pull in these elements, which I've already shared the dimensions. They are using the two largest of the deckled rectangles. Now what I wanna do, I am gonna do a little bit of stamping. So I'm gonna come in with my stamps. And I've chosen these two stamps because I'm making a birthday card. Best Birthday Wishes and this floral stamp. Now the floral stamp is actually, I know the leaves, I'm not going to fuss and try and make the leaves a different color. It's all going to be Moody Mauve. And the sentiment is going to be Boho Blue because I think that color marries very nicely with the the Misty Moonlight in that paper, as I had said earlier. So we are going to first grab our I said Balmy Blue, it's Boho Blue. My apologies. I get the two confused all the time. So we're going to go ahead, tap, tap, tap. You don't need to force the stamp into your ink. That causes a lot of ink around the edges, like I may have done earlier. You just need to tap it, especially if your stamp, your ink pad is very well inked. Then that is an awesome thing. You don't have to go crazy. I'm just going to set that there for a minute. And you have that stamped image, Best Birthday Wishes, okay? So now I'm going to close this ink pad so I don't make a disaster of things. And I'm going to grab Moody Mauve. Now these colors are part of the 2023-2025 product. So or the in colors. So you love these in colors as much as I do. You are going to want to get your hands on them. I didn't put the sticker on this yet. See, I haven't even given this stamp set any love. I'm going to do second generation and I'm going to stamp just hopefully part of the floral image down in that corner. So you have that kind of effect. I have a little smudge there. I'll have to get off with my, these things are handy. Sand eraser. If you're not familiar, sand rubber erasers, they are made by Tombow and they are for ink and or pencil. And you can come in here, and I don't think that actually is ink. I think it's just a spot from my die cutting machine because I need some new stuff. I just want to I just went to the US website and you do pop up under the Find a Demonstrator link. Thank you so much, Maggie, for searching for me. I appreciate that. Because if people want to find me and support my business, I'm still here. Still here, still doing the thing. So, all right, this is going to get, excuse me, sip of coffee, pumpkin spice, and everything nice. So this is going to, excuse me, close your ink pad again. Avoid disaster. And again, we have some ephemera, which I absolutely love. Cannot start playing with the holiday stuff. Cannot wait to start playing with the holiday stuff. Boy, I'm struggling this morning. Celine, thank you for being here. I saw your adorable pumpkin made from the bee punch, and I am going to replicate that for an upcoming event. Super excited about that for some of my display that I'm going to be doing. So thank you for inspiring me. And after that event, yes, right, more coffee. You can never have enough coffee, right? I am very excited about this event, and I am very excited about stuff from the holiday catalog, especially the product I get to present, or I'm sorry, inspire people with, which is the More Than Autumn product, the bundle. I love it. Everything in it, I love. All right, you're going to see that I'm taking this, the one that is cut in boho blue. I'm not going to cut this, but I am going to measure this out to 1/4. I have ink on my finger, but that's okay. Let's see if that's going to be the one that's going to show. So let me just get that off real quick. Otherwise it would flip to the other side. Maybe I can cover that with something else. Either way, we're going to keep going. I can get this off another time. Now, the only downside, I can work on that later. I want to, actually, is that going to work? Let's see how this is going to fit. I have to first make sure I'm doing this right. So we have this. There's the top. Okay, this is the top where my little ink spot is from my fingernail. I am going to come in here and I'm going to score at 1/4 inch. So you want your lighter almost like a putty color, and you're just going to score that at 1/4 inch. Okay, at the top there. Okay. Now you could use your scoring tool, that just happened to be handy. And I am going to fold this over. And it's always easiest to fold at the spot where the mountain is showing. Because you have your mountain and valley when you're, and then I'm going to fold it over again. Oh, it's going to be covered. No, it won't. Okay. Now, with this, I want to ensure that it's lining up with this piece. Okay. Now, there is a reason for this. This is going to do something really cool inside this card base. Okay. But I want to do this part first so that it is all lined up and nice. We're only going to put adhesive here. You can use your Tombow or you can use your tear and tape. I think the tear and tape is thin enough in order for us to utilize that in that spot. You just want to make sure you have an adhesive. Nope, it's too thick. So I'm going to grab my Tombow. You want to use an adhesive that is going to work very well. I got to get the googers out of there. Work really well in staying adhered. And you don't want to be heavy-handed. I am getting so much better at that. I say that and watch the next time I use it, it's going to explode. But anyway. All right, so you have that. You want to line that up to the top. So you want to make sure it's all in the same, because you don't want what's showing underneath to show yet. Okay, so we have that. Now, what I want to do is open this up, and I'm going to grab my Tombow so I have some flexibility in case I need to move it around. Looks like I didn't overlap it very well, but that's because it's not. I need to let it dry. I'm getting ahead of myself, right? We get so excited about putting things together. This is going to go centered in too, and I'll fix that. It's just because I should have let it dry. So let's zhuzh that back up so that I can see that I'm centering this correctly. You also could do that part after. Might be easier. So we've got this, right? This is so fun. I'm so excited. Oh yes, the bee, using that bee punch was so creative. Very creative, loved it. All right, so we've got that. Now, how cool is this? Look it, you have a fun element inside your card, but you wanna make sure that stays adhered. So give it a moment. Now, what's even better is that I have these ephemera pieces that totally match. I think there's some bubble gum. I'd say bubble gum, bubble bath, coordinated colors. You've got some of that, I think it's copper clay, but you know what? It doesn't matter because when it's here, it's gonna draw all the variations of the colors there. So I'm good with that. You're kind of on the same palette. I'm gonna put this here, kind of in the center. So this is the ephemera pack. I'll tell you the packs I used. This is the Fully Flowering Ephemera Pack in the annual catalog 163762, as well as the wonderful Saying Something Ephemera Pack, and that is 163761. So those are all sayings within that pack, and I'm like, here's to you. And inside there, so let's just finish this part. Use our seal. I'm gonna kind of layer this over, centered over those flowers. Really simple. I can still dress this up with ribbon and or whatever I choose. You're gonna pop that open, but that's not even the extent. Water and paper are not friends. Bubble bath, right? True fact. I think it's bubble gum. I love bubble gum. I agree. Coffee, it's just, oh, yum. Okay, so now we are going to do something fun on the inside of this. So we have this fun element. Look at fun. I need to get my belly band. Now let me give you the tips. Now I've already folded this because it was going to my photo type. But the amazing tips and tricks that Emily Moore offered to everyone that views her. She lined this up, created her little score mark, put it here, got a nice straight fold, right? And then you're going to do the same around that. But she lined it up here so it was like completely straight at first. And then you could turn it and finish it off and fold that over. And then you're going to add a little bit of adhesive, and then we're going to finish this off with some beautiful stuff. So it might entail some coloring and whatever, but I got time, right? All right. This is interesting because never before could I see what time it was. Something's interesting going on with my iPad. That must be an update that took place, but either way. All right. With this, I am going to use, want to make sure that you are not going to, well, cause this to stick on your card base, but I don't think it will. So just get it as close to the edge as you can, bring that over, and of course reinforce that. Oh, we got some little doodad hanging over. Reinforce, it's perfect actually, the length. So 9 inches by 1 inch, and it's a remainder of that piece. There's still some glue hanging. Okay, so there's our belly band. It's gonna nicely go over our card base. So I thought it should. Hey, it did when I was doing it. Okay, so nice cozy fit. So we've got that. Now we're going to do some stamping of that beautiful, actually, do I want to see if there's any more flowers that might work? Or else we're going to create something, I think I'm just going to stick with stamping an image Yeah, I think these are all too, I think I took these to a class. We could use that. We could use that and color, but those are not peonies. I think this is too off in color. So we are going to stamp. I could use this, parts of this. That actually would be beautiful if I wanted to color that and be that on the belly band. You could take time to do that. A lot of options with your ephemera, so keep that in mind. And actually, this might look good. But okay, let's do some stamping, and then we can fussy cut. I don't have dies, but we are going to do some stamping of something. Maybe we'll do this again, and this will stamp in maybe, it looks like early espresso. Why not bring in that early espresso color? And that's over here waiting to be put in a pack of my craftiness. Actually, let's do a lighter tone and stamp it in crumb cake. So let's clean our stamp off, and we'll do some fun stuff with this. So I hope you're enjoying this card. Gotta run. Thanks, Heather, for watching. Appreciate you so much. All right, I need some little spritz here. Yeah, sticky like glue. Sounds like that should be in a song, isn't it? I don't know. Like glue. Oh, you guys are awesome. All right, so I am going to take a piece of, let's find a scrap of white that I got hanging out. It's probably supposed to be for a card base, but that's okay. I'm going to stamp this in crumb cake. The whole thing. Now remember, this is water based, so we can use our, oh yeah, that's going to look nice. We can use, it's a country song. I thought so. Oh yes, it is Sugarland or Jennifer Nettles. Stuck like glue. Yeah. Oh, no copyright going on here. She totally gets her props. Sorry. You always have to be careful when you're on here. You never know when someone's going to jump in and steal your video because you did something you weren't supposed to. Okay, enough of that conversation. All right, Moody Mauve. Moody Mauve. And some boho blue. And why not, what color are leaves on here? Let's go with, what is that green? That green is probably not even listed in here. Isn't that funny? Wild wheat. It's more like, it's not listed. So we are going to grab whatever green I can get my hands on. Old Olive. YouTube, you shared a link. Mossy Meadow. Oh, I don't know if I have Mossy Meadow. Do we even have Mossy Meadow? Yes. Yes, yes, we have Mossy Meadow markers. Okay, grab your Stampin' Blends. I still, even though this glass mat is fantastic, I still like to use my grid paper for parts of that. I don't know if I'm going to use the blue or if I'm going to use just the, I think I'm just going to go with the Moody Mauve because we have a blue background. Okay, so with that, I'm going to take my, I like to start with dark. So let's do some dark. And it's really interesting when you use a lighter color for your lined image, that sometimes it looks like you freehand the coloring, you know, like, you know what I'm saying, because it is, and I'll add some more dark as I go. Oh, I hear the washer. Sounds like my wash is uneven, but it still gives you the little bit of an outline. I like the lighter colors sometimes. What is it? what is that called? I know you know the technique, somebody out there. It's really hard for me to color when, and I'm not a pro. I wish I could take a class for coloring. We'll come in and give it some detail with the darker. I think these are leaves too of the peonies. Watercolor? I think so, because it doesn't show the, like if you stamp something in the same color you're coloring with, it looks like you did it all freehand. So yeah, I guess a watercolor technique, right? Because you can't really see the lines of this, and I'm not sure I'm happy about that, but that's okay. We're going to stick with it. I'm just going to add some dark in here. It's still kind of, you get the gist. And then I'll go over that again. Kind of where the edges are below. Usually if you follow the lines when you're coloring. But yeah, I probably should have done that in a darker color. I'm not sure I'm happy with what I got going on here, but we're going to keep going. No line watercoloring. Thank you. It's really not that difficult, right? Sometimes I make things harder than they really need to be. All right, we're just going to add lines in there. Yeah, I'm not really sure I'm a fan of this, but you guys can alter and do it the way you choose with different product. Can you imagine like all the great things you can do with this technique or this fun fold? But we're not done. There's still an element that I have to do on the inside. Oh, shaky hands. That's okay. We're going to cut around that. So I need to use the other tip. It's also good to leave a little white space. Don't ever fear that you can't. Yeah, I should have used a darker color, but we're going to go with it. Pull the dark out into the light. So you take your light, which I hope I grabbed. Yes. Just kind of pull that out where you've colored it. But yeah, not sure. But we're going to go with it for now because that's what we got going on, right? I have an ubu there. Maybe I'll just start over. Then use the lifter to add a highlight. We got our color lifter. I have to open this away from everything because it sometimes leaks and splatters. Sometimes I use it too much and it makes it look terrible. Oh, but we're giving it some life now. Look at that. You see how it's kind of fading that color out? Kind of gives it a little bit of more dimension. Probably doing it in whatcha-jiggy. Early espresso would have been super cool. Now, when you have an oops like this, kind of go along the edge. Just don't overdo it because I've had a tendency to have things bleed on me too. So it's one thing I'm going to focus on in my little hiatus, sabbatical, whatever you call it, on the learning techniques and being able to come to you and offer a little bit more than what, just for the heck of it, let's do this. I just want to see. I have time. If you guys have time, awesome. Yeah, it is. And I know this was stamped in crumb cake, but early espresso is darker, so it doesn't matter. And that kind of brings in that early espresso in the center. So, do I have early espresso? I don't think so. I am, oh, those tones. Those, you know what I'm saying. the skin tone ones are great for that too. So now we can come in. We're going to see that outline now. I'm just going to color this and see how it goes. I might like this one better just because of the lines. Of course, you can always, as you know, as a good friend of mine always says, stamp it on top of the stamped green. Everything's better with a little wink too. That is dangerous, but I bet it would be pretty. Stamp it on top of that. It actually is turning out nice now that it's getting lighter. The one you already colored and don't love. Okay. What's it gonna hurt, right? It's not like I can ruin it, right? It might be a little off, but why not? Yeah, it's a little off, but that's okay. That would have been really pretty, Celine, if I could have lined that up using a Stamparatus or something. Yeah, that would have been a totally cool effect. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look too bad, does it? Because it gives it that white space. Ah, when things work out, it's just, ugh. I really like that now. Maybe I should just use that. That is too funny. All right, let's fussy cut it out. Thanks, Celine. You're a rock star. Actually, I should just do it as a shape instead of cutting the whole thing out. Boom. You're right. Boom. All right, let's fussy cut. And remember, when we're fussy cutting, oh my gosh, this is actually so beautiful. See, there's no mistakes in stamping, my friends. And then when it dries completely, you add a little wink. Ooh. Celebrate Celine by adding a little wink. Aw, thank you all for watching and being here. I appreciate you all. Still showing the love and support when I just can't make up my mind about life's journeys. There's reasons, and you know, sometimes we have to take a step back and collect ourselves and do what we need to, but boy, do I need to see friends again at a demonstrator event. I know I had a wonderful time yesterday at just a no frills event, and I like to go to those. I've been going to them periodically. I have 2 a month that I could attend. And it's fun. It is going to be okay. Thank you. You definitely know that you're always a part of the bigger picture. You meet people along the way, and you know that those people are always going to be there for you because it's bigger than this. It's bigger than stamps, ink, and paper. I'm loving this. That is so super cute. That's going to cover the seam, and I think I'm just going to leave it like that. Used to stamp in a light color, then color with whatever medium, and then take back, and we had the positioner. Yep. It sure does. Look at that. It just totally made it just amazing. I'm loving it. Happy mistakes is not a mistake at all. So I am going to, oh, everything's buried. Everything's buried. Let's grab, do I want to do another, no, I think circle punch. That's what I was thinking. I just got to get to it because I've got all my clasp pins burying my drawer. Circle punch. And it has to be here. I'll laugh if it's out and I did that for nothing. Yeah, I did have this entire counter cleaned off. We all know how long that lasts, right? Oh, there it is. I wonder, is that going to be big enough? do our 2 3/8 circle punch on what color? Let's find something pretty. Looking for a piece of paper. Oh, well, why not take and add some early espresso. How much is that going to make that pop? Oh, love. And bubble gum. Bubble bath. Bubble bath would have looked great. You're right. You're right. I think that would have looked just as good. I like that. Okay, let's line up some dimensionals on here. Y'all made this so easy. Hi, Kimberly. I need to touch base with you. I know, I'm sorry I missed you too. I know you were at the event on Friday. And Mary actually has offered us to do something. So I need to, I have signed up. You don't know this unless you were told. I signed up for the November Penn York event. So I'm really excited to go, but Mary wanted me to touch base with you. So I need to send you a private message because she might want us to collab and do something together. So there's opportunity there. There we go. And just because, let's add some wink. Just be careful because it can bleed in those colors. I'm just going to do it on the flower. Boom. Yes. So there is our fun thing, but we're not done. Wait, there's more. Oh, it's upside down. That's funny. All right, so we have this little trick, right? But wait a minute, I need to grab something here. And it's going to be a piece of designer series paper that is going to look very nice with what I have going on here. So let me grab more of that fun paper. And why not tie in? Nope. Let's do this. I'm gonna grab this, okay? And I'm gonna cut a strip that is 1.5, 2 inches, 2 inches. Oops, not score it. 2 by whatever, because we are going to do something with this. I'm going to just 2 by 5 because I'm going to use the, I didn't get this far with my design, but I'm going to pull in my stamp cut emboss machine. And I want to see what I can do with that. Maybe I want it to look, it needs a straight edge, but it also needs to, okay, so this is going to be a little trick. Yes, I will find some embellishments. That's a great idea. Don't want to leave those out. Now, I don't want to have a complete deckled edge on here, so I'm going to come in and only cut, hopefully that stays straight. And it's perfect to create a pocket because we are going to incorporate the opportunity to make a gift card holder. And if that's not straight, we're going to make it straight with our die cutting machine, or with our, so this was the 3rd from the smallest. And we're going to make this a straight edge. So we're going to line this up on our paper trimmer so that it's straight and not wonky. So let's go to 2 and or 1 3/4. Now it's straight, okay? And we are going to add just a small strip of adhesive, or actually our Tombow. We want the flat edge to go where the flat edge is on the inside of our card. So we're going to take our Tombow and we are going to add just a line, small line of Tombow to the bottom, because using tear and tape, oh, and to the sides, my bad. Tear and tape might take up too much space and not fit that gift card or money or whatever you decide to put in there. But how awesome is that? So it'd even be great for springtime or something where you want to add. I still don't think that's stuck down very well. Maybe a seed packet. Okay. Definitely let that dry. Just grab something. Oh, all my gift cards must be stuck and stuff. I know this doesn't go with it, but I'm that person that wants to have something match, but we'll put a Sephora card in there. There's your gift card. Happy birthday. Fun stuff. Belly band. Grab some fun. Find some mauve, maybe. How about we incorporate, this is what I have left of the fun 23, 24 in color opaque sparkle dots. And grab my take your pick tool, wherever that might be hanging out, or not. Here it is. Did you not see me just pull those out? And I'm going to put the boho blue dots around that, like Celine suggested. And there is our fun fold. So I hope you enjoyed this. A little, and maybe it would have been great to put another circle underneath there to kind of help that, or even pop that up some, but I love the wonderful not mistake. And there's our fun fold, gift card. I gotta glue that down some more. But there you go, fun stuff. I hope you enjoyed this. Let's flip you back around. And yep, perfect. Thank you. Copied from Emily Moore Designs, just using Stampin' Up! Product. And she also had other elements of her own dies she used. But thank you so much. I thought I could